Lesson 6, thin-walled pressure vessels. So what are these vessels? Any pressure vessel having a wall thickness less than 1/10 of the radius of the container. So manipis yung walls and then with respect to the radius ng container. So ang madalas, yung pressure vessel natin na kino-consider dito is yung laman is either a fluid o usually no fluid, either a gas or a liquid. So tapos merong pressure sa loob. So some examples nito ay yung mga soda can natin or beer can. 'Di ba pag binubuksan mo, nagbe-burst yung laman, no? yung fluid, yung soda. So that means pressurized yung nasa loob. So those are examples of a pressure vessel. Other usual examples of a pressure vessel is yung mga container natin ng mga gasoline, for example, gas. So yun, mga pressure vessels yun. So laging ito, no, medyo manipis yung walls. So therefore, kailangang ma-design ng maayos kasi yun may pressure sa loob tapos manipis na yung walls. So prone siya ng failure due to yung stresses na pwedeng i-act or pwedeng i-cause ng pressure sa loob ng container mismo. So, speaking of stresses, dalawang principal stresses yung nade-develop sa mga pressure vessels natin. So, we have axial stress or yung longitudinal stress, and then you have the hoop stress or the circumferential stress. Itong circumferential, tinatawag din natin itong tangential stress. Actually, mas common pala siyang tinatawag na tangential stress. Okay? So, dito muna tayo sa axial stress or longitudinal stress. So, longitudinal or axial, syempre ito yung neutral axis natin. No? So, itong F natin, ito yung force caused by the pressure. No? Pressure ng fluid natin. So, dito sa cover, for example, dito sa end cover natin, pinupush ng fluid, nagpupush yung fluid natin. Kasi contained to eh. No? Pag contained yung fluid mo, kukos siya ng pressure sa walls. Okay, so yung longitudinal is ang action ng pressure natin dito sa end natin, o sa bottom tsaka sa dito sa other side na end. Tapos yun nga, no? Kaya yung equation ng ating force is just pressure times A because the pressure here is just force over area, no? So, binaliktad lang natin equation, force na equals P times A, where your area is the area of this particular cover, no? So, pi over 4 d square, okay? So, T, ang PT naman natin is yung force due to the stress that is experienced at the wall at this particular cover naman, no? So, PT kasi, yan, kasi PT yan nandito sa drawing natin, kaya PT na lang din nilagay natin. Okay, so the area here is just pi d times T, no? So, circumference times thickness. So, that's stress ng walls tapos area, no? So bali itong PT natin is actually internal stress or internal force due to stress na cause naman ng ating bali yung external force natin na yung F kasi yun yung ano ba tawag, internal pressure, no? So yun yung internal pressure, okay, that's caused by the fluid inside your vessel. So summation of forces along this axis, we call this X. So dalawang forces lang, the F due to the internal pressure, and then we have the PT due to the stress experienced at the wall. F equals PT, so i-substitute lang natin sa F, and then you have the PT. So magkakancel yung pi, magkakancel yung isang D, ang T hindi makancel. So stress longitudinal is just equal to PD over 4T. Okay, so ito yung final equation natin for longitudinal stress. Okay, PD over 4T. So ito yung mga pinakamadali lang tandaan na equations. So pag longitudinal, PD over 4T. Tapos pag tangential naman, meron kang kung kanina, dito yung in-observe natin na pressure, in-analyze natin na pressure. Ngayon naman, hoop stress or circumferential, dito naman tayo sa walls na hoop, parang hoop kasi ganun, no? Yung parang, di ba yung mga hoop sa, yung hula hoop, di ba? Yung hula hoop, is yung ganun na paikot, di ba? So, ngayon naman, titingnan natin yung failure this particular side. So, dito tapos na tayo sa cover, dito naman tayo sa side, okay? So, hoop stress or circumferential stress or yung tinatawag natin ulit na tangential stress. So, kaya pala dito, T yung ano natin, tangential, okay? So, ang internal pressure naman na i-consider natin ngayon ay dito sa gilid niya. So, sa fluid mechanics nyo, ito no, i-encounter nyo ito bakit rectangular plane yung i-consider natin. Pag mga curved surfaces, projected area na rectangular yung kino-consider natin as the area na contact with pressure. Okay? So, the F here is caused by the internal pressure. So, PA, where your area is just diameter times the length. So, itong projected na rectangular area natin. No? So, DL. Tapos, yung T naman natin is yung internal force caused by the stress. Caused again by the external F. Okay? So, yan. Medyo nakakalito, no? Pero, ito yun, no? Ito yung F na caused by the internal pressure kasi nag-exert ng pressure yung fluid mo. And then, ito naman yung reaction bale, no? Ng walls. So, nasi-stress na yung walls natin. Ito yung internal force. T. Okay? So, tangential stress times the area of the wall. Okay? Which is thickness times length. So, length times thickness. Okay? So, dalawang T yung i-consider natin kasi dalawang areas. So, summation of forces along X equals 0. F equals dalawang T. F equals 2T. So, substitute na natin PDL equals F. And then, you have T is tangential stress times TL. We have tangential stress equals PD over 2T. So, kung maalala nyo, ang ating longitudinal stress is PD over 4T. Ito naman is PD over 2T. Ibig sabihin, tangential stress is twice the longitudinal stress. Kasi pag times 2 lang natin yung times 2 natin to, makukuha natin yung tangential. No? So, mas critical bale yung tangential kasi mas malaki yung tangential stress compared sa longitudinal stress. So, mas prone sa failure sa dito na side kaysa dito na side. Kasi nga mas malaki yung tangential stress na experience ng vessel compared sa longitudinal stress. But anyway, papakita natin yan mamaya using a sample problem. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na spherical shell. For example, pag sphere naman, hindi cylindrical, ito yung stress natin. Longitudinal pa rin yung tawag since yun, pwede namang tangential din kasi spherical naman. No? So, pressure internal minus pressure outer or sa labas, no? External or outer, no? Inner, outer na lang yung pressure inner minus pressure outer times D divided by 40. Kaya lang, hindi masyadong applicable dito sa actual. No? Kasi madalas na pressure vessels natin ay cylindrical yung shape. Kasi yun nga, ang spherical, mahirap naman siyang gawin sa actual talaga. No? Kasi yun, pabilog. So yun yung isa sa mga medyo mahirap gawin sa actual or sa field na mga shapes. Okay? So anyway, bibigay pa rin natin. Ito yung inner minus outer times D over 40. So ito yung internal pressure sa loob minus kung ano mang pressure nandito sa labas times D over 40. Okay? Yan. So bali net pressure to, no? Inner minus kung ano mang nasa outside na pressure. Okay? So, sample problem, we have a cylindrical steel pressure vessel which is 400 millimeters in diameter, wall thickness of 20, and is subjected to internal pressure of 4.5 megapascals. Okay? So, this is megapascals, meganewton time over m squared. Calculate the tangential and longitudinal stresses in the steel, and to what value may the internal pressure be increased? So, P ito bale, no? The internal pressure. If the stress in the steel is limited to 120 megapascals. If the internal pressure were increased until the vessel burst, sketch the type of fracture that would occur. So, unahin na natin yung A, tangential tsaka longitudinal lang naman. So, tangential stress, PD over 2T lang. So, given tayo ng internal pressure, which is P, 4.5 megapascals, given ng diameter, and then you have the thickness. So, given na lahat. Simple direct substitution. So, evaluate lang sa calculator. 4.5 times 400 divided by 40. That's 45 megapascals. And then you know that tangential stress is just twice your longitudinal. Therefore, ang longitudinal natin is, pwedeng i-divide lang natin ng 2 ito, no? 22.5 megapascals. Pero pwede rin gamitin natin yung equation na binigay natin, which is 4.5 times same na P, internal pressure, same na diameter, and then we have same na thickness T, pero equation natin is PD over 4T. Okay? So, 22.5 megapascals. So, again, tangential stress is twice the longitudinal stress. So, regarding B, to what value may the internal pressure be increased if the stress in the steel is limited to 120 megapascals? Ibig sabihin, ito yung allowable stress lang sa material natin, 120 megapascals. Ngayon, since alam natin na kanina na mas malaki nga yung, or mas critical yung tangential stress compared sa longitudinal, kasi nga mas malaki yung na-experience sa tangential stress, yun yung ililimit natin as 120 megapascals. Kasi ibig sabihin, pag safe siya sa tangential, safe na din siya sa longitudinal. No? Since mas maliit lang yung experience ng stress ng longitudinal, yung longitudinal na direction, longitudinal stress. Therefore, ililimit natin yung tangential stress sa 120 megapascals. So, ano ngayon yung internal pressure? Okay? So, 400 to 20. So, 120 times 40 divided by 400. So, 12 megapascals. Ibig sabihin, pwede nating i-increase from 4.5 megapascals hanggang 12 megapascals nang hindi mag-fail yung ating steel. Di ba? So, walang failure due to tangential, lalong walang failure due to longitudinal. So, ito na, pwede nating i-increase hanggang 12 megapascals. Ito naman, yung line of failure natin, at yung question natin at letter C, if the internal pressure were increased until the vessel bursts, sketch the type of fracture that will occur. Ibig sabihin, paano kung yung pressure i-apply ng greater than 12? Kasi diba? I-increase pa hanggang sa mag-fail. So, ano daw yung line of failure? So, since mas critical yung tangential stress, most likely yung failure natin is dito. So, ano ba tawag doon? Parang mas mauunang mag-break or mag-fail yung walls dito compared sa cover dito. Okay? So, yun yung ibig sabihin na critical talaga yung tangential na stress. Okay? So, yun yung paano i-apply yung equations natin for tangential, circumferential, and circumferential stress. Or pareho lang pala yung tangential saka circumferential. Tangential and longitudinal stress. So, again, thank you for joining. Kapag may mga tanong, comment lang. And yun, see you sa next na lesson natin.